Let's be real, Gru and the Minions gave us some of the biggest laughs of our lives, just like they did for millions of fans around the world. And that's exactly why there are so many Easter eggs and sneaky references to our favorite villain and his little yellow buddies hidden across tons of movies, cartoons, and shows. For example, if you've seen The Secret Life of Pets, there's a really cool detail you might have missed. In one scene where the dogs are walking through the city park, way in the background, almost impossible to notice, you can spot Gru himself walking his monster-looking pet dog, Kyle. He's got that same weird and menacing vibe he always does. It's one of those Easter eggs Illumination loves to sneak in for fans to hunt down. And of course, it's an awesome nod to their biggest franchise ever. But wait, there's more. The Secret Life of Pets has another hidden gem that only hardcore Despicable Me fans will catch. During a scene in the sewers, when Duke and Max meet Snowball's underground rebel crew, one of the gang members, a shady-looking pig, has a bunch of tattoos all over his back. Among all those tattoos, there's one that totally stands out, a unicorn. But not just any unicorn, it's the exact same fluffy one that Agnes, Gru's adorable little daughter, wins at the amusement park in the first movie. Seriously, that Agnes scene is one of the best moments in the entire franchise, don't you think? We've rounded up 16 awesome references to Despicable Me and the Minions found in movies and shows from all over the world. So come with us, take a look, and get your mind blown. If there's one cartoon that lives to poke fun at literally everything, it's Mad. This animated show is known for making totally crazy parodies of just about every famous movie and TV show out there, and Despicable Me definitely got the Mad treatment. In one of the wildest episodes, they show the Japanese version of a bunch of Western films, and guess who pops up? Gru himself. But here's the twist. They describe him in a way that totally references Uncle Fester from the Addams Family. And the Minions? They're right by his side, dressed in outfits and hairstyles that look a lot like Wednesday Addams. One even has long black hair. It's absolutely hilarious. Another show that's packed with hidden jokes and references is Inside Job on Netflix. Well, was, since it got cancelled. This animated series came from the same brilliant mind behind Gravity Falls. Man, I loved Gravity Falls. Anyway, back to the point. The show follows a secret group that controls the world from behind the scenes, with a lot of crazy conspiracy theories and comedy. In one of the wildest episodes, the characters talk about bizarre theories on mind control. And guess what shows up? The Minions. They appear on a screen singing and dancing like they're hypnotizing the world. According to the characters, the Minions were literally invented for that, brainwashing people everywhere. Honestly, if that's true, it totally worked on me. I can't resist when they start singing. Are you into The Simpsons? Then this one's for you. The show's been on TV forever and is famous for poking fun at everyone and everything. And yep, the Minions didn't escape the joke. In one of their Halloween special episodes, we get to see several alternate versions of the Simpsons family, and one of them is clearly based on the Minions. The characters are short, with tiny legs and wearing goggles, and Maggie even has just one eye, like some of the actual Minions. Maybe it's the yellow skin that links the two worlds. Feels like they could be long-lost cousins. And if you've watched The Lorax, one of the most colorful, nature-loving movies ever made, you might have missed this fun little detail. Right at the beginning, when Ted is rummaging through the stuff in his room before heading out to find the Once-ler, he opens a messy drawer. There's a battery, a nail, a padlock, and tucked away in the corner, a toy Minion. Yep, a tiny rubber Minion just chilling there like it's no big deal. What's crazy is that Despicable Me had only come out 2 years earlier, which shows just how iconic the Minions already were to get a cameo like that. And if you're a fan of the Despicable Me movies too, drop a hashtag Minions in the comments so we know you're one of us. Another animated show that absolutely loves to mess around with everything is the one and only American Dad. This series leans into way edgier humor, clearly aimed at teens and adults. And of course, the Minions didn't escape their wild jokes. In one scene, the alien Roger dresses up as a woman and heads to a festival. There, he drags a friend over to a carnival-style shooting booth just to win one of the prizes. And if you look closely, you'll notice that the prizes are dolls that mash up the look of the Minions with Bob Marley's style. They're wearing Jamaican outfits, have dreadlocks, and even have a cigarette in their mouths. It's one of those over-the-top references, but honestly, it's hilarious. And speaking of shows with absolutely no boundaries when it comes to humor, we can't leave out Family Guy. Created by the same people behind American Dad, this show constantly throws the Minions into its jokes and parodies. In one particularly funny scene, Peter hands Brian an old DVD and says it's Minions 3, but then comes the twist. In this so-called third Minions movie, Gru has been replaced by a real-life Hollywood producer, known for his aggressive and short-tempered behavior. Right after that, there's a shot of a Minion standing next to this new boss, and the poor little guy is totally freaking out, shaking all over with fear. Poor Minion. I never thought I'd see one that terrified. And of course, the fan favorite, The Amazing World of Gumball, couldn't miss out on the fun of referencing the Minions either. In the episode where Gumball and Darwin visit Nicole at her job to help her fix the computer, they start clicking through a bunch of windows until they open, one that reveals a very suspicious-looking character. It turns out to be some sort of reversed minion. Instead of yellow, the character has blue skin and wears a different uniform, but the overall vibe totally screams Gru's Little Helpers. This kind of reversal was a smart move by the Cartoon Network team. It lets them make a fun reference without risking any legal trouble. Have you ever heard of Annoying Orange? It's a web series that started online with talking fruits and vegetables, and it got so popular that it ended up on TV, specifically on Cartoon Network. In one of the episodes, we see a bunch of veggies gathered for some kind of kitchen meeting. And among them, there's a trio of onions wearing blue overalls and safety goggles, some with 2 eyes, some with 1. Yep, they look exactly like the Minions. It's a direct and super fun reference to Gru's Little Yellow Helpers. Now here's a quick tip from a friend. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. That way you won't miss out on any of our awesome upcoming videos. Back to Family Guy. There's one more scene we just can't ignore, especially if you're a Minions fan. In this moment, Lois is talking to Peter, who's now become someone super important. She asks him for some money, and he responds in a totally unexpected way. He hands her a tiny yellow card and tells her to talk to one of his minions to get it sorted out. And the funniest part, the card has 2 little eyes and a yellow background, just like Gru's helpers. It's not just the line. The design makes it super clear this is a direct nod to the Minions. Now let's jump into the world of Mortal Engines, a live-action movie set in a post-apocalyptic future packed with moving cities and wild tech. In one scene, as the characters explore a museum, the people of London talk about the ancient gods of the United States. And when they point to the relics, guess who's among them? None other than the Minions, being worshipped. It's a totally unexpected scene, but it gets a big laugh. Seeing the Minions treated like deities really shows just how deeply they've become part of pop culture. Let's go back to The Secret Life of Pets because, yep, there are more hidden references there too. Right when Duke arrives at his new home and meets Max, the two immediately start clashing. While they're fighting over the food bowl, there's a super curious detail in the kitchen background that most people totally missed. One of the fridge magnets in their owner's kitchen is shaped just like the classic Minions logo. That round symbol with a single eye is right there. Proof that the Minions exist even in the Pets universe. And The Secret Life of Pets 2 didn't leave the Minions out either. In the scene where the animals return to their owners, we see a boy happily getting his cute hamster back. But the cool part is the kid's bedroom. On top of the dresser, right next to the lamp, there's a Minions toy. It looks a lot like the one that popped up in Ted's drawer in the Lorax, showing how the animators love sneaking in these little Easter eggs. Speaking of the Lorax, the animators really went all out with hidden nods to Despicable Me. In one scene, if you look closely at Ted's sneakers, you'll spot a pretty unusual logo. It's an image of a single eye, just like the Minions symbol, and the brand name is Gru's Shoes. That's right, even the Minions boss got a shout-out in the form of footwear. How awesome is that? And to wrap up our list of references to Gru's Little Yellow Helpers, we're going back once again to The Simpsons. In an episode from the also yellow character-filled series, Lisa and Bart are having fun at an amusement park. When they reach the entrance of a water ride, there's a sign that says Grunions. Just the name makes the Minions joke obvious, but it gets even clearer when you see the whole park is themed around these Grunions. They're featured as mascots, on posters, as plushies. It's basically the Simpsons version of the Minions, and it's seriously creative and hilarious. And if you're into hunting for hidden references like these, stick with us. This channel always has videos like this waiting for you. In fact, we've already picked 2 brand new videos for you right here on the screen. Just pick one and click to start watching. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next animated adventure.